Well, some of these parts for the international project have made their way inside. The front clip, the two fenders, and front support were all one piece. As I've been working along this, I finally separated them. We'll get into that. Hood, and so we'll just document some of the repairs that I'm already aware of. We can see the corrosion. This is another one of these two layers of metal. It's a bit dark in the shop right now, but it's just a very small bit of surface rust. So I do want to keep all the outside patina intact as much as I can, but we'll cut out the rust, cut a window in this support so that we can repair it and get in there with a wire wheel at least. The other side is a little bit worse on the inside. I guess about as bad on the outside. So, right, we want to take care of that. And over the last few weeks, the hood fell. We can barely see it in the video here, but I'll flip over the hood and we'll take a look at some of the outside. Alright, we can see on the outside of the hood we've got good old patina, sun-dried old paint job. We'll refresh this emblem. We'll get some nice fresh red, and we might do a little bit of a tint on this, but I want to keep the shiny silver, and I don't want to lose that texture that's there. But we'll probably plop some color on that and throw a clear over it. And got a good sized dent right in this whole area. We're going to want to close up all these holes from whatever kind of hood ornaments were on it once upon a time. Maybe we can see some of that patina is a little bit too through. And so that's the hood. Really, it's not too bad at all, and it looks fine enough. Alright, so looking at the front rad support and grille, lots of this is bent. We've got dings, so I'll straighten some of that out and rough it out. This screen work, all that can get straightened out easily. I will likely add some red lettering for definition, or at least some color to the international letters. Throw some clear over that. So I just tore apart the whole front assembly, and so we've got our headlight pots. The light bezels are in similar kind of cruddy shape, but we're gonna straighten that out. Trying not to leave hammer tools, but I'm not concerned about the scratches and dings. This light has definitely seen some better days, so we'll do what we can with that, and I may look for replacements. I am doing an LED conversion, but I thought about leaving it under the lenses, or at least some original style lenses. Alright, so this front rad cradle, full of corrosion in quite a few spots. So the corners, both sides, and along the front. We're just looking at the outside of the panel. I'll flip it over here and we'll see the worst of it. So yeah, both of those corners will need to get cleaned up. I'm deciding if I'm gonna shave lights or set them in flush. I'd like to do something a little bit fun. Sorry, as we flip this over, you can hear all the junk falling out of it. So yeah, fenders were held on along the outside here. Many of those lights, or many of those bolts, we're done for. Really hard to access in there for sure. But using clips for reassembly, clip retainers should make everything much easier. And so this whole bottom lip of the rad cradle is nasty. So this is where it mounts. It's a single mount in the center for flex of that ladder frame. And so that is the biggest concern, I think, is just patching up, replacing the steel on the bottom of this core support, and then a bit of the rust on the outside. So we can take a look at, I guess the fenders are next. Passenger side fender. The top, we'll see a little bit more. This has been filled in with goop. So that front corner, straighten out any dings and dents. This had some side markers screwed on, so we'll weld up those holes. This is the ends of these fenders that they definitely corrode out bad. We've got some dent damage right along the body line, so we'll be repairing this just with a hammer and dolly. But this is where it'll be getting interesting. So we can see the corrosion. There's even some dent damage. We're right through. And this is where the two layers come together. So we'll turn this over. And so you have an outside skin and an inside support bracket. But in between those two layers, damn near all the way down, rotted right out. And once upon a time, it's been filled up with filler. So we'll clean that out, and we'll have to patch up both of these, get it some good corrosion protection, and we'll be off to the races. Otherwise, yeah, the front inside edge of this, right, that's where it'll need some patching. Go around the wheel edge, round it up. Nothing too complicated on this guy. Left side, driver's side fender. The whole top edge, gross and nasty. I have a little bit of this shape that has been left, but I'll have to rebuild that whole lip edge that attaches to the rad support. It's had a big gouge down here. I already worked that out. It needs finishing, but it was on the vehicle. And well, we're missing the whole edge. And so that was on there still for the last few days, but moving it around in the shop, the tiny piece at the top that it was attached to gave way. But we can see this was same thing, filled up right up with goop. So basically we have the inside brace and an idea of what this outer lip skin should look like. And we can get the rest of that junk off of there. Scavenge what we can. It's really thick metal, and it seems to be pretty good to work with.